such a person belongs to Andhra Pradesh. We must cherish that, such a person. The another person which I believe is a very important person, and I have come across last 20 years. I am friend with him. That is Professor Kakarla Subbarao. He is a phenomenon. He is nearing his 8 years, and he is the founder and the director of the Nizam Institute of Medical Science. We have a close relationship because of his mission. Whole his house, he has given to the high school, starting with the school. What a nobility of mind. And even at the age of 80, he was very busy. Whichever mission, there only we started the Society for Biomedical area, many type of FROs and cardiac stent, where he was one of the partner in developing such a great mission. And such noble people, we have to celebrate them. It's very important, because in this world of a difficult world, we need to celebrate these people. These two examples, Professor Subbarao and Dr. Professor Raju, and is a unique contribution of Andhra Pradesh, and they want to change. And you have to celebrate wherever the success. It is legislator's duty to celebrate such successes, because successes are very rare. Sacrifices are very rare. The third case, I am going to talk to you because I want to share with you my experience with the people of Andhra Pradesh. I was working from 1982 to 1992 in this land, 10 years. That was my most beautiful years I had. And you'll be surprised, before that I also worked in Siriyarikota, Nellore district. But the person I'm going to talk to him is Professor. I'm going to talk to him. He is the Professor Vidyasagar. One day I received, when I was at DRDL, a mail comes from him. Mr. Kalam, I am professor at Waterloo University. I would like to sabbatical leave. I want to have a year. I want to work with your institution. I gladly accepted. He landed Hyderabad. He landed my institution, and he was staying there. He is supposed to be one of the topmost person in non-linear control system. And he in DRDO, Defense Research and Development Organization, in my time, he started and grown what is called Center for Artificial Intelligence and Robotics. Now he is in TCS. He is doing bioinformatics, another area. Today evening I am meeting him. And these people, you are talking with brain train you are talking. But here is a person with all his honors, with all his expertise, with all his property. He decided to come to this land and work for it. So don't you think we should remember these three human beings? Now this makes me feel that time has come for Andhra Pradesh, with its vast population of NRI spread in the world, to have a mission to attract NRIs from various fields and give them the mission of transforming their villages. I will be talking to you how to transform villages. Transforming the villages into became a state of art, into a very important area. I believe this is the transferred village complexes, which would be facilitated by the state government for my discussion. I believe this type of people who are in the various parts of the world, many NRI, we must give a mission of working with people here and in Andhra Pradesh, and transforming those villages into to have urban facilities. Now, now I am coming to myself. My theatre of action in 1980s. You will just see that's my theatre of action. That is Sriharikota. The Sriharikota is in Nellore district. This is Vikram Sarabhai's vision that India should design, develop, and launch a satellite launch vehicle for communications, and remote sensing satellite for resource monitoring, and meteorological satellites for predicting weathers. And he put a vision 1970s. And today, 1980, we launched what is called the SLV-3 rocket system. It was India's first satellite launch vehicle in this Andhra Pradesh sea coast, Bay of Bengal. And the first satellite launch vehicle we built, put the satellite in the orbit. The same way, now ISRO has got the capability of building any type of satellite launch vehicle, any type of spacecraft. They have got a moon mission by 2007. So the foundation, the launch complex, whatever work, wherever happens, finally it has to zero in Sriharikota. That's why I call it my theatre of action. Another theatre of action for me, Research Center Imarat. This Research Center Imarat, you are seeing, this is the place. That is 1982 to 1992. I was in this laboratory, what you are seeing here, and you can't see with the lights put off, it will be light field. You will see better. So the 10 years period, the very important missiles, that is Agni, strategic missiles, and Prithvi missiles was designed, developed, and led to production. The most important thing is there was a place called the RCA, Research Center Imarat, a dry land, about 2,600 acres, given by Andhra Pradesh. It was a dry land. In 3 years' time, the whole place, 1984, it was a barren land for 2,600 acres. In 3 years' time, it became a state-of-art laboratory with 2.5 lakh trees. 2.5 lakh trees was put in, and plants and creepers to form one very important environmental center. Not only it's a missile technology center, but also you will find one of the happy environmental center. RCA is the world-class missile technology center, and Agni Prithvi, as I told you, emanated from there, and BrahMos, another missile, supersonic missile, is getting developed in that place. This is the place where FRO, flow reaction orthosis, and cardiac stent were developed, SBMT, with people like Professor Subbarao and Professor Somaraju participation in this. Friends, so far I have narrated different incidents from the urban and the rural ambience. One is promoting the rural development, and the other one is promoting space and defense technology. These experiences have wide-ranging of application in national missions for providing sustainable development. In these two centers, RCA and Sriharikota, I learned great experience. There was many successes, and also there was few failures in launch vehicle and missiles. When I learned here is that what we are in a mission, one thing I learned I want to share with you, because day to day you will have problem as a legislature. You will see when you visit your constituency, you will see a beautiful thing, you must celebrate it. Sometime you will see a difficult thing. Problems also you will see. How do we solve the problem? I had a great personality, I worked with him, Professor Satish Dhawan, on his name, Star Center has been named, he used to tell me what I learned from him. When you work, there will be a problem. When you don't work, no problem. Isn't it? So when you work, there will be a problem. The problem should not become your master. We should not allow the problem to become your master. You should become the master of the problem and defeat the problem and succeed. This is the great lessons. No book teaches you. No book teaches you that I learned in this land at Sriharikota and Kanjanbag, that is RCA, at DRDL. That's a very big lessons I learned. Now we will see about the state, Andhra Pradesh state. I have put here the progressive state. Here Andhra Pradesh has transformed itself into a progressive state with Hyderabad as the hub of industrial and business activity. Once known for the beautiful monuments of Charminar and the Fort Golconda, Andhra Pradesh is indeed a technology and market base for excellence in farmers, medical care, manufacturing, information and communication technology and biotechnology. This I am telling you because when I was here for 10 years, I have interacted with all these institutions. That's why I have used the word, the hub for ITBT, the heading I have given, hub for ITBT, space, defense, farmers, agriculture and tourism. There is a newfound spirit of entrepreneurship. Andhra Pradesh is preferred tourist destination with many religious, spiritual and technological centers. I have traveled to many parts of the state and have also seen the coastal, Rayalaseema and Telangana regions myself. I have also experienced the cultural heritage of the same. The Tirupati temple attracts millions of people from all over India and the world. You have a big steel plant. I visited the steel plant. And one of the biggest thermal power plants, Ramagundam, and one of the very important shipyard at Vizag, very important for me. And however, we have to ensure that the benefits of development reach village communities by providing urban amenities in the rural area. That's a message I would like to share with you. Now, our national mission and challenges. What is our national mission? What are our challenges? You know, as you all know, we are a billion people population, billion plus population. And you have 600,000 villages in the whole of area. And Andhra Pradesh, you have about 700 million people, In the whole of India, 26% of the people are below poverty line. And I understand Andhra Pradesh 15 to 18% below poverty line. The 260 million people are below poverty in the country. How to uplift? What we can do? How to uplift? That's a question I have asked. Integrated, simultaneous, connected actions. Throughout my discussion with you, what I am emphasizing, integrated, simultaneous and connected action for habitat, for infrastructure, healthcare, education, employment, and market connectivity, quality of life. You can't separately develop. This is the message I would like to convey to Andhra Pradesh Assembly. See, you have ministries for every department, but there should be connectivity. Suppose there is a road, there's a school, there's a primary health center. You can't do it independently. You have to link all of them. And then you will find half the cost in development and 1/3 of the time needed. So that's the message I am trying to give you. In the next slide, you will find if you are 260 million people, if you are below poverty line, how to lift it? That means one of the economic tools, the economists say, the GDP, gross domestic product growth rate, from about 5%, we should go to about 10% and sustain for a decade. Not only GDP growth, but you have to sustain for a decade. Then there's a possibility 260 million people come out of the poverty line. How do you do that? Now you will find there are areas I have specified. The first and foremost, agriculture. You will see that this light, you can't see anyway. Agriculture, agro-food processing. That's all. I didn't say only agriculture. I said agriculture, food. We are making 200 million tons of food, but our farmers are not happy. The reason is the amount of effort what they put and the amount of money they get is not proportional. That means agro-food processing. We have to see the food processing at the value addition. Then if you do agriculture and food processing, two things happening. One is keep the employability, because 70% of the people, they are in the agriculture. And then food security, that fortunately, because of as a national 200 million tons of food, there's some sort of a food security has come in. The second area of importance is the education and healthcare. Again, I have coupled education and healthcare. Education, for example, wherever education for women education, we increase. Girls' education, we increase. We have found in the Indian development cycle that the small families are born. Once you integrate with the education, then healthcare also integrated. Small families are born. So education, healthcare leads to nutritional security, and then population control, social security, and then employment and value addition. Now we talked about agriculture, agro-food processing, education and healthcare. Third area is infrastructure, including electric power. This is one of the very important again. I'm going to talk to you. The RUPCON means rural prosperity through connectivity. And the second one, crucial for all sectors, that is power generation and river network. Today you would have seen, when you open the newspaper, one side you find a drought, another side flood. It's not we are having the water problem, water management with compassion. This is what is very important today. That's why infrastructure, including electric power, is very vital. Next area is the information and communication technology. You are Andhra Pradesh, one of the well known for that area. The combination of it, information communication technology, that gives massive employment, the export earnings, and reaching the whole nation through telemedicine, teleeducation, e-governance. Finally, this another area, critical technology strategies, that is self-reliance, the critical technology that leads you technological strength, and then economic security, because when, in 1998, when India became a nuclear weapon state and missile power, then we had a series of economic sanction and technological sanction. To become independent of that, we believe the self-reliance in critical technology. That's another mission. Now, integrated way, if you can see, there are 5 areas, and all are driven by science and technology. It's the key. The happy. If we do this, I started with poverty, and then I related the removal of the poverty to GDP growth. Then how to do the GDP growth? The 5 areas I have identified. And then if you do time-bound way, definitely we have a happy and healthy society, and the economic strength and the national security is possible. It includes Andhra Pradesh, because Andhra Pradesh is one of the main states in that. Now, friends, the next area, you may ask, what are the government initiatives? What type of government initiatives we have done? In 2004 budget, 8th of month, you had a budget presentation. I have analyzed what does it mean for the rural population. I am sure your legislature also should discuss this what type of rural development the 2004 budget is going to give. I divided two parts, rural development and agriculture. First, you will find the new food, the food for work program, new food for work program to step up employment in the rural areas. Budget provides up 6,000 crores. And you have to work for it from your area, what slice of the money you will take. The second one, Rural Infrastructure Development Fund, it's about 8,000 crores. Provision in major banks for rural development, about 48,000 crores. Then Accelerated Rural Development Fund, 2,600 crores. Cottage industries, about 100 crores. Agriculture area, what the budget speaks. It talks about Andotya scheme, food grains for the poorest of poor, about 3,500 crores subsidy it provides. Then biotechnology for agriculture development, about 1,000 crores. And reviving water bodies and water harvesting scheme. This I am going to talk to you. This is very vital. Every member here, every member has to take a mission of giving life to the ponds, water bodies in his village or in his constituency. For that there is some provision. Revamping of 1 lakh irrigation unit with 50% subsidy from the NABARD. So this is the type of